You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Greetings, everyone. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily, episode 1551, featuring Horses in the Morning host Glenn the Geek and Dressage Radio Show host Reese Koffler Stanfield, and they're talking about the training scale.
Well, hi, Reese, and welcome back to Horse Tip Daily.
Hi, Glenn. How are you today?
I'm good. You know, it's always so much fun when I get to talk to you. We just enjoy hanging out with you so much. And your geeky husband, he and I sort of get along really well. You know, it's nice when you and I when my wife and I go out with you and your husband, because he's geeky and you two sit there and talk about horses and we talk about computers and stuff. I
know, and we kind of look at each other like, what are you guys talking about?
Exactly.
You guys have so much fun. We love it. It's so much fun.
Well, it works out great, actually, for everybody.
I know. My husband is so excited to talk about someone that he can commiserate with the horses and then talk something he enjoys.
Yeah, well, and being a horse husband and going out sometimes with, if you're going out and all the other people are horsey people, it's like, oh, do I have to sit here for the whole night? You know?
He tries to avoid those occasions, I think.
Yeah, I think most of us do, actually. All right, well, what do we... And, of course, Reese is our dressage rider. She's done a number of tips with us now, and we always enjoy every single one. She's... we call her the local legend here in Lexington as far as dressage goes. And the horse world, everybody loves Reese. So are you embarrassed yet? Are you blushing?
I'm totally blushing, actually. I'm in my office and blushing.
I'm good at that. You know that.
I know.
All right, so how are we helping people today?
Today I'm talking about remembering the scale of training. This is a really important
Does that
scale
mean make sure your horse isn't too fat?
Well, that's also a good thing. There's actually a system that we use in the United States, and it's actually adapted from a German system. You can find... In the USDF magazines, they're always talking about the scale of training. And the scale that I use is one that I learned when I was in Germany. So there's been some modifications to the U.S. scale. But the basic scale is it starts with rhythm and relaxation. Then it goes to contact, forward, straightness, collection. So as we go through the day, depending on, there's lots of variables and different ways to use the scale. But really what we're talking about is every day, is my horse, when he comes out of the barn, is he relaxed and walk, trotting, and cantering in rhythm? That's your first one.
Okay.
Then your next one is, can I have contact with my horse? And I describe contact as, Glenn, like when you and I shake hands, it's the same thing with the horse. When you have the reins in your hands, that is, you're basically shaking hands with your horse. You have contact with your horse. And when you shake someone's hand, there's a nice sweet spot. Keep your elbow bent, and I grab your hand, Glenn, and I don't want to grab it too strong. I don't want to grab it too soft, but I want a nice, firm connection when we shake hands. Same thing with the horse. When you take up the reins, you don't want to be pulling, you don't want to be too light, because they feel that awkwardness when you have the contact like that.
Okay.
So that's sort of the contact, type of the scale. And sometimes with horses, you're on a greenie beanie, and they may be just learning contact, and that's fine. So you work on your rhythm and relaxation, and then your focus and training is on that contact, and that's fine. That's no problem. But then on a little bit more advanced horse, the next one is forward, and the ability to kind of have impulsion and be able to actually make some differences in your horse's gait. So can I push my horse forward? Can I bring my horse back? That's what it's talking about with the forward. And again, you need rhythm and relaxation and contact to be able to do that. You can see you start kind of moving up and down the scale. And there's this nice kind of flow to the scale, and that's why we keep it in mind. And I have a poster in the barn, and that's why. So when people walk by, they know, okay, my contact, there's a little problem there. Reese, can we work on the contact because I'm having trouble with my, let's say, collected canter, so that we can kind of pinpoint the problem on the scale. And the next one after forward is straightness.
Is what? I didn't understand that.
Straightness.
Straightness, okay.
We've all ridden crooked horses.
Right.
And that's, so we need to be able to ride our horse straight. For example, when you turn to the left and you're going more right than you're going left, that's a problem.
My wife calls them noodles.
Yes, the noodle, kind of a bad thing. We want them supple, and that's sort of all throughout the scale is the suppleness. Can my horse be supple? But the contact, but the ability to make them straight if you need it. With that noodle, I like to say if it's a noodle, you need to make it more like a 2x4. If the horse is a little too straight, you got to make him a noodle. You're constantly working different things. And then, so if you have all those things, the rhythm and relaxation, the contact is good, you're able to push your horse forward, you can make your horse straight, then you should be able to start some collection. And collection in dressage, really starts at second level. There is an uphill tendency needed in first level, but really the first time we see collection is starting at second level dressage and then the preliminary level in eventing. So those two steps, you should be able to kind of get up the scale before you show at those particular levels.
All right, cool. You always explain things so easily for us neophytes.
Well, I try, and it's a complicated thing, and we could do a whole show on the scale of training,
right?
Because it's a really complex thing, but we try to make it simple. So, because really, at the end of the day, sometimes people make riding too complicated, and you just need to step back and simplify it. No. Sometimes these steps are important, so that's what we're looking for. So that's what we do. That's what we're up to.
All right, so that is Reese's scale. Well, thank you very much, Reese, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds great, Glenn. Thanks.
Recharge your training program with Equestrian Plus. Equestrian Plus brings together top riders, trainers, and professionals onto one video platform. Watch over 5,000 how-to training videos, clinic and event footage, exclusive training sessions, and more featuring top experts including 5-time dressage Olympian Stefan Peters, 5-time Olympic show jumper Ann Krasinski, Olympic eventer and silver medalist William Fox Pitt, and more. Join Equestrian Plus now and use promo code HRN15 for 15% off your first month. Visit equestrianplusplus.com to subscribe.
Well, there you have it. Horse Radio Network has thousands of engaging podcasts for horse people, and you can have them sent right to your phone. Just subscribe via your favorite podcast player. This is Coach Jen, and I will be back again soon with another tip. Until then, go ride your horse. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements made by guests on the Horse Tip Daily. Please use your own judgment when listening to the tips on this show.